Apologize or get out of my house, Arthur's voice, my son, was a sound of absolute dismissal, a sentence delivered in the foyer of his lavish Buckhead, Atlanta home. It was the climax of 3 years of quiet humiliation, all orchestrated by Isolde. The dinner had been her usual spectacle. She had showcased her wealth, the $8,000 diamond bracelet Arthur bought her, and her fake, fragile smile. Eloan, the mother who raised him alone, sat silent, trying to disappear. But with Isolde, one cannot be invisible. "Eloan," she snapped, and her voice sharp and offended, "you passed the salt without me asking for it. A simple gesture of courtesy became my crime. You always interfere. You hover over me, trying to control me. I can't even have a peaceful dinner without you making me feel inadequate." Her instant tears were a well-rehearsed performance. Arthur slammed his silverware down and turned to me with an expression of cold, unfamiliar contempt. He comforted Isolde, whispering reassurances, while to me, he spoke a final decree. "Mom, you need to go. I don't want you here tonight." I stood slowly, my legs shaking. As I reached the front door, he stopped me with a voice firm and final. "Mom, this can't go on. We're having a dinner next Saturday for our business partners. You need to come and apologize to Isolde in front of all our guests. Apologize properly, or don't come back at all." Those words, demanding public humiliation, fell on me like heavy stones. Isolde appeared behind him, her face tear-streaked, but her eyes held a small, undeniable smirk of victory. She had won. I nodded. Not in submission, but because in that moment of ultimate betrayal, I decided I would fight back. If they wanted a public apology, they would get one, but it would not be the one they expected. I would go to that dinner and destroy the perfect, deceitful facade they had built. "It's fine. Arthur, I'll come on Saturday. I promise you, I'll talk to Isolde." My voice was unnervingly calm, a calm that hinted at the storm to come. I walked out with my back straight, refusing to cry until I reached the solitude of my tiny apartment. My mind immediately began to plot. That Saturday wouldn't be the day I begged. It would be the day the truth came out. The day my son learned that the price of humiliating his mother was the destruction of his own false life. Our past felt like a lifetime ago. I remembered the rain on the day Arthur was born, and the father who left. I had worked double shifts for years, cleaning and running a laundry service, sleeping 4 hours a night, pouring every extra penny into his future. He was a brilliant, grateful boy. "Mom, you're the strongest person I know." He told me once, we were Eloan and Arthur against the world, united, invincible. He graduated from civil engineering with honors and secured a prestigious job in Atlanta. He promised I would live with him one day, that he would take care of me. Those were his last truly honest words. Then Isolde Miller arrived. Wealthy family, status, and the entry into a world Arthur craved. She looked at my small apartment and me with immediate judgment. After their extravagant wedding, everything changed. Sunday visits stopped. Arthur became distant, distracted, seemingly ashamed of his humble past. The painful climax of this slow erasure came when I saw that all the photographs of Arthur's childhood, all the pictures of us together, had been removed from their walls. We put them away. Isolde renovated the decor. "Everything is more modern now," he muttered, not looking at me. They had effectively erased our shared history. The slights became systematic. Every time I was invited, Isolde would offer small, poisoned barbs. "Mary, you look tired. You should take better care of yourself at your age," she would say, while emphasizing her own mother's world travels. Arthur sat silently, sometimes even chuckling, letting his mother be ridiculed. I stopped calling. I was tired of being an annoyance, a ghost in my own son's life. The turning point came 2 weeks ago. I saw Isolde in a downtown coffee shop, not alone. She was meeting a man, intimately, suspiciously. He handed her a folder. She gave him a large envelope. I knew it wasn't a casual meeting. I contacted Vera, my friend, who introduced me to her nephew, the private investigator. Quentin Reed. I handed him my life savings, $1,000. My only emergency fund. I have to know what she's hiding. Quentin, I can't lose him without a fight. 2 weeks later, the call came. Mrs. Elowen, what I found is very serious. Isolde has been manipulating your son, not just emotionally, but financially too. He laid out the evidence: contracts, bank statements, messages. Isolde had convinced Arthur to put all his savings, over $120,000, into investments she supposedly managed. The fine print in the contract ensured that, in case of divorce, all assets remained in her name. She scammed him. The money was transferred to her personal accounts to pay off her family's debts. The messages were the true poison, screenshots between Isolde and her mother, where she mocked Arthur's trust and called me the old lady who doesn't know her place. The texts confirmed her plan. I just need him to finish cutting ties with his mother. I'm convincing him that she's toxic. It was all calculated. Systematic abuse designed to isolate him. The final piece of the trap was imminent. She's pushing him to buy a new house next week. $800,000, using all his credit. She's going to forge documents to ensure the house falls solely to her if they divorce. Arthur was about to be financially ruined and enslaved to her lie. I knew my chance had come. The public apology dinner was the only way. I called Quentin. I need you to be there. I need every document, every message. The truth has to be irrefutable, public, and undeniable. He agreed, warning me of the brutal consequences. I am saving my son. He deserves the truth. I confirmed. Saturday arrived. I dressed simply but with dignity. I arrived at the Buckhead house exactly at 8 p.m. Isolde greeted me with her triumphant, poisonous sweetness. The room was full of their elegant, judgmental social circle. At 8:20, Isolde tapped her glass. Elowen has something she needs to say in front of all of you. Her eyes sparkled with malice. I walked to the center of the room. You're right. Isolde, I owe an apology, but not the one you think. The doorbell rang. Arthur, confused, opened the door to Quentin Reed holding a briefcase. This is Quentin Reed. He's part of what I need to tell you, I announced. Isolde's face went white. Fear, stark and absolute, replaced her confidence. I owe an apology for taking so long to discover who you really are, Isolde Miller, for letting you systematically manipulate my son for 3 years. The silence in the room was absolute. I'm saving my son, I declared. Quentin placed the first folder, the investment contracts, on the table. Arthur, your wife tricked you into signing a contract that gives her $120,000 of your savings, claiming it was an investment. In reality, it was immediately used to pay off her family's debt and secure the assets in her name. Arthur snatched the papers, reading the fine print. His face shattered, moving from disbelief to horror. Lies! She's jealous, Isolde screamed, her voice cracking. I'm jealous that you made my son believe his mother was toxic while you were systematically robbing him. Quentin displayed the message screenshots. Arthur read Isolde's own words. I just have to cry a little and he does what I want. The old lady is a problem, but I'm slowly pushing him away from her. He dropped his phone. You used me. You used me from the beginning. You pushed me away from my mother. I delivered the final blow. Next week, she was going to have you sign an $800,000 loan for a house that would have ended up solely in her name. You would have been financially trapped for decades. Quentin showed the final, damning real estate emails. Isolde collapsed, sobbing, her facade utterly ruined in front of the people whose respect she cherished. Her reputation, the only thing she truly valued, was destroyed. Arthur walked to me, his eyes full of tears and shame. Mom, forgive me. I was an idiot, blind. I treated you so badly. I held him tightly, the way I had when he was a child, seeking refuge. It's all right, my love. It's over. Arthur filed for divorce. He moved into a small apartment, leaving the toxic luxury behind. I didn't say I told you so. I simply was there, present, accepting him back without judgment. One Sunday, he brought a box of old photographs, the ones Isolde had hidden. I'm going to frame them, he said. I'm never again going to forget who loved me when I had nothing. I am Elowen. I am 67. I still live in my small apartment, But I have my son. His love and his respect. Isolde disappeared. Her reputation permanently destroyed. I learned that silence is not always peace, that sometimes a mother must fight back with dignity and truth. We don't have to be silent victims. We deserve respect, and if it doesn't come easily, we must demand it with the truth, because in the end, the truth always wins.